Terry Lauerman is a 75-year-old man from Green Bay, Wisconsin. And he has earned himself the nickname, Cat Grandpa, for his unusual daily routine. Because Lauerman takes time every single day to visit a local pet shelter, the Safe Haven Pet Sanctuary. That's where he enjoys a daily cat nap with some feline friends. Cat Grandpa's naps are absolutely adorable, but they've also proven very effective at helping these cute little kitties. Thanks to Lauerman's daily snoozes, the Safe Haven Pet Sanctuary has received untold donations from all around the world. So this is the story of how one old man found an incredible way to help cats in need, all by falling asleep. The Safe Haven Pet Sanctuary is a different kind of cat charity. Instead of simply looking after these adorable pets, Safe Haven attempts to rehome them through some very unorthodox methods. Safe Haven encourages people and pets to mingle together. The cats are free to roam around, while humans can come, stroke them, and play with them. But that's not all. Safe Haven also offers food and drink, behaving a little like a restaurant or a cafe. This gives people the chance to socialize and enjoy themselves, all while surrounded by cute little kitties. Human visitors can play board games or relax on comfy chairs, all while the cats lounge around wherever they want. The proceeds from the shelter all go to paying for the cats' medical bills and helping to get them rehomed. With any luck, humans who visit Safe Haven might be encouraged to take a new friend home with them. If cats aren't your thing, no sweat. There are also bunnies here to adopt as well. The cats are well cared for, but Safe Haven is always looking for more volunteers. One day, a stranger entered the shelter who would change the cats' lives forever. Terry Lauerman is a 75-year-old pensioner who, one day, decided he wanted to treat some cats. So he visited the Safe Haven shelter and offered to brush all the feline residents. Considering the number of cats who live at Safe Haven, this was no small task. After his first visit, Lauerman visited again. And again, and again. He started making a trip to Safe Haven a part of his daily routine. Lauerman got to know all the cats very well. Pretty soon, he knew all their likes and dislikes, and was happy to chat about them with anyone who would listen. And the cats responded positively as well. Brushing dozens of cats is quite exhausting, and the quiet, calm environment at Safe Haven is just so cozy. It's no surprise that Lauerman started dozing off during his visits. The cats clearly feel comfortable with Lauerman. Every day, as he sleeps, they'll come and snuggle up with him as well. They really enjoy his calming presence. While Lauerman's naps may not seem very important, they've made a huge difference to the shelter and its funding. Through taking a daily nap, Lauerman has managed to raise tens of thousands of dollars for his beloved cats. A picture of Lauerman that was posted to the shelter's social media ended up going viral. Before long, everyone was talking about the newly nicknamed Cat Grandpa and his naps. Then, donations started pouring in, from all over the world. The shelter's staff were blown away. While they normally got a few $1,000s in donations every month, now they were getting 10 times that much. It was incredible. With all the extra funding that's come their way since Lauerman started taking his naps, the shelter plans to update their medical equipment to help keep the cats healthy and happy. But this isn't the only unusual way the shelter has received funding. Aside from the Cat Grandpa's naps, Safe Haven has plenty of other initiatives to help raise funding. One includes a very special night where cats can get involved with human exercise. Cat yoga might sound like a strange idea, but it clearly has plenty of fans. The shelter's yoga classes allow people to tone their bodies while also stroking adorable pets. It's hard to deny the appeal of playing with cute kitties while stretching. Even if sometimes the cats end up resting in exactly the wrong spot. Cat yoga sessions are a great idea for lots of humans to meet friendly cats, and as everyone exercises together, they can form a genuine bond with a lot of the animals that come to see what's going on. Some of the cats even have a few favorite yoga poses of their own. Impressive as this might be, don't expect them to give Downward Dog a try anytime soon. With all these activities, Safe Haven Pet Sanctuary is clearly a wonderful place for the cats, and for humans as well. It's worth looking to see if something similar exists in your area, as these sweet felines would likely love your company. Terry Lauerman's story proves that there are many ways to make a difference. Sometimes, the simple act of taking a nap with some friends can have a big impact on their lives. Which is good, as it's probably the most pleasant-sounding volunteer work imaginable. If you enjoyed this story, wait for our next story starting in 10 seconds. When people vanish, their disappearances often remains mysterious. In some cases, authorities find a few clues here and there. But by the time they learn what really happened, it may be too late to save a life. That certainly seemed to be the case when one woman's SUV plunged off a cliff. But then fate intervened. On July 9, 2018, the San Mateo County Sheriff's Office let their Twitter followers know that a 23-year-old woman from Portland, Oregon, had gone missing. There was no trace of Angela Hernandez? Where could she have gone? Hernandez was making her way from Oregon to Southern California. She had family there, but they grew concerned. She had been actively updating them about her whereabouts, but then suddenly, she went silent. According to authorities, she was last heard from in Half Moon Bay, California. She was driving a white Jeep SUV. So, they added that information on Twitter in the hopes that someone might spot her vehicle. But no one did. Cops conducted a thorough search of the Davenport area. This included an air search over the coastline. But Hernandez and her Jeep had seemingly vanished from the face of the earth. In missing cases, authorities can use cell phones to triangulate someone's location. But her phone was no longer sending or receiving signals, which made everyone fear that something was seriously wrong. The family was desperate for answers, especially since it seemed obvious that Hernandez had disappeared under suspicious circumstances. The #Find Angela Hernandez family is offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to the whereabouts of Angela. Hernandez went missing on July 6, 2018. 7 days later, there was still no word from her. The National Guard even used satellites and infrared planes to find her. But the search had taken a financial toll on her family. Hernandez's sister, Isabel, set up a GoFundMe account to help cover the cost of the search. In efforts of finding my sister, we've had to stay in hotels, buy food, and gas. It's been costly, anything in finding my sister, she wrote. She also asked people to pray for her sister's safe return. According to CNN, Hernandez sent a text at 10 p.m. on July 5 claiming she was going to park her car at a store in Half Moon Bay to rest. It seems she stayed there all night, at least according to her final text. On the morning of July 6, Hernandez told her family that she was going to continue driving. But that was the last text she sent out. After that, all of the calls to her phone went directly to voicemail. Unfortunately, the weather didn't help either. A business security camera caught Hernandez's Jeep in Monterey County at 9:30 a.m. on July 6. But the search for her was hindered by heavy fog. Fortunately, all hope was not lost. As mysteriously as the Oregon woman had vanished, she reappeared, and she was alive. But she was at the bottom of a cliff in Big Sur, California. And how she survived was simply a miracle. John Thornburg, the public information officer for the sheriff's office in Monterey County, California, claimed 2 people saw the SUV wreckage at the bottom of the cliff and immediately called 911. Thornburg said that a woman's SUV plunged off a cliff. It landed 200 to 250 feet down below and was partially submerged in water. But Hernandez was trapped in an inaccessible area. She had no food and had to use a radiator hose to drink water from a creek. Hernandez explained that an animal walked right in front of her on July 6, which caused her to swerve. She lost control of her car. But that's all remembered. She couldn't recall the humongous fall. But when woke up, she knew she was running out of time. I was still in my car and I could feel water rising over my knees, Hernandez shared on Facebook. She took off her seatbelt, broke the driver's side window with a multi-tool, and escaped. But she had nowhere to go. I saw nothing but rocks, the ocean, and a cliff that I knew I'd never be able to look over. To make things worse, her shoulders, hips, back, and thighs hurt. She had fallen asleep, and when she woke up, she wasn't sure how much time had passed. The next few days kind of became a blur, she said. She looked around for another human being, but found no one at the beach. She climbed towards a high spot where she would try and catch the attention of passing cars driving on the cliff. When she wasn't collecting water, she was looking for higher ground to scream for help. This had become a daily ritual for Hernandez. Then, like a mirage, she noticed someone approaching her. On her last morning on the beach, she woke up and noticed a woman walking across the shoreline. But she wasn't sure if she was real. She had dreamt someone had come to rescue her, but those were just dreams. Nevertheless, she took her chances. She called for help and ran over to the woman who was with a man. While he stayed with Hernandez, the woman went and got her some fresh water. She couldn't believe it. She was going home. A rescue team eventually arrived and pulled Hernandez up the cliff. Then they placed her on a chopper and brought her to a hospital. There, I was reunited with my family and discovered the extent of my injuries. It was a miracle she had survived. Hernandez had a collapsed lung and several fractured bones throughout her body. She also had severe sunburns on her face, hands, and feet. But she got the best medical care possible, and realized how lucky she was. Although the woman's SUV plunged off a cliff, she preferred to look at the bright side of things. She survived. She was reunited with her sister, who made her laugh at the hospital. "I can't imagine that there isn't a bigger purpose for me in this life," she wrote. But she still needed help. A GoFundMe account was once again used to raise money. In her accident, she has lost everything, including her car, which was her livelihood, Hernandez's sister wrote. They managed to raise $12,363 of their $15,000 goal while everyone continues to marvel at this impossible woman's survival story.